good evening, and welcome to Weird-O-Rama. I'm your host, Victor von Psychotron, and all of us here at Weird-O-Rama will always strive to bring you the creepy.
But either way, it wouldn't matter. You'll never see your world again.
The strange. And, of course, the weird.
Feeling better now? I hope so.
Tonight we have a fun little science fiction B-film for you. The Phantom Planet. Just so we're clear, there are no actual phantoms on this planet. It's not a planet full of phantoms. Which would be excellent, actually. Nor does the Phantom, the classic superhero, cliffhanger serial character, comic book character, appear on this planet. It's not a planet named after the Phantom, which also would have been quite something. Someone should make either of those options. A planet full of phantoms, or a planet where the Phantom goes to fight crime or something. Phantom in space. It settles itself. But it's the Phantom Planet, not an astronaut who goes to a Phantom Planet. Yeah, makes sense. So, lock all of your doors and windows. Turn off all of your lights. Sit back, have a cup of tea, and enjoy tonight's film, The Phantom Planet. But first, a cartoon and a short film.
And now stand by for adventure. 3, 2, 1. In the exciting story of the fire bomb. Of all the wonders of Futurian space science, none is more valuable to the people of the universe than Colonel Bleep's fantastic invention, the Futurian robot. One by one, these mechanical marvels have been skillfully trained to master every important duty of modern space life. The master robot Guidex is in full command of busy Space Station X-1. Control robot Synchro guides all traffic through the Milky Way Turnpike. Special mechanical engineers man all interplanetary transportation craft, from roaring space trains to small but speedy skyway cars. Step aboard, please. Indeed, without these skillful mechanical men on the job, interplanetary space life would quickly grind to a halt. But there is no need to worry about that, for there is enough high-precision Robolube in the great Futurian oil well to keep every robot running on perfect schedule forever. Fill me up, please. Yes, my clever mechanical friends. Fill up while you can, for at midnight you shall be dry. First, I shall empty your tanks, then this powerful fire bomb is set to explode at 12 to destroy your life-giving oil well. Up, Grizzo! There's work to be done. Sizzling Saturn, Dr. Destructo and his pet gorilla are off to empty the oil tanks and set fire to the Robolube oil well. At Futurian Fire Control Center, a powerful fire detector scans the sleeping skies. Ever alert for the telltale smell of smoke. Smoke! Wizzo's firebomb has exploded on schedule. The Robaloo oil well is a mass of flames. Robot firemen leap to the call. But look, Destructo has emptied the tank. The entire brigade is grinding to a halt. The wicked plan is working. The mechanical robots have stopped. There's no one left to put out the fire. Hold everything. Here comes Colonel Bleat with Squeak and Scratch. They'll put out the fire. But how? The Colonel knows the frosty foam from this supercharge of frigid plutonium 505 will do the job if it can only be placed directly into the blazing oil shaft. But who could survive those terrible flames? Without delay, the fearless deputies volunteer. But little Squeak is a puppet made of wood. Surely he cannot go. And Scratch? But where is Scratch? Oh, no! There on the robot fire truck. It's the caveman himself inside a fireproof fireman suit. There he goes, carrying Fleet's supercharge of foamy, frigid plutonium. He's risking his life to save the priceless robot oil supply. It's working. The flames are dying down. The fire is out. Hooray! And there's good old Scratch, safe and sound in his fireproof fireman suit. And so, for his bravery, the gallant caveman was made honorary chief of the Futurian Robot Fire Brigade. All of which goes to prove that oil's well that ends well.
Your roller skate. Whoops, there she goes again. She looks discouraged, and I can't really blame her. That sidewalk is hard. Why is it, she asks herself, that every time I fall, I have to fall down? Why can't I fall up? Maybe if I lived on the other side of the world, I would fall up. No, Judy, no matter where you lived, you would never fall up. But which way is down? When we say down, we really mean toward the center of the earth. Remember, the earth is round, and no matter which side of the earth you're on, down is always toward its center. The reason that things fall is that there seems to be a kind of force that tries to pull everything downward. We don't know exactly what this force is, or how it works, but we do have a name for it. We call it gravity. Gravity makes things fall from high places. That's why water flows downhill. Apple falls to the ground. A rock rolls down a hillside. A pencil falls to the table. But what happens when an object stops falling? Does gravity stop pulling it? No, this force seems to be present all the time. If the table weren't there, the pencil would continue to fall until it hits the floor. And if the floor weren't there, the pencil would fall to the ground beneath the floor. An object falls until something else gets in the way to stop it. Even after it stops falling, gravity still tries to pull it downward. The force of gravity seems to work all the time, and it pulls everything. It pulls people as well as objects. It is pulling you right now. What do you suppose would happen if gravity suddenly stopped? You would immediately start floating toward the ceiling. So would your chair. And your teacher. Even your school would suddenly fly upward, In fact, everything and everybody on the Earth might go sailing off into space. And soon afterward, the Earth itself would go all to pieces. Of course, this will never really happen because gravity will probably never stop. Gravity is the pull that holds everything to this spinning, whirling Earth. The Earth's gravity even pulls the moon. If it were not for gravity, the moon would fly off into space too. How much pull does gravity exert upon you? If it is a force, we should be able to measure it. And we can. All you need to do is weigh yourself. If you say you weigh 58 pounds, what you really mean is that gravity pulls you downward with a force of 58 pounds. Many things that we buy are sold according to their weight. In other words, according to the pull of gravity upon them. Whenever you try to lift anything, you are really having a tug of war with gravity. In order to lift any object, you must pull it up harder, then gravity pulls it down. Gravity not only pulls objects while they're at rest, but also while they're falling. Suppose a flower pot were going to fall on your head. Would you rather have it fall from a first-floor window? Or from a second-floor window? Yes, if you must choose, you would rather have gravity pull the flower pot from the lower window to your head, because the farther most things fall, the faster they go, and therefore the harder they hit when they land. Do all things move faster and faster as they fall? Suppose we drop a block of wood and a sheet of paper at the same time. Will they hit the floor together? The block of wood falls straight downward. But why does the sheet of paper flutter this way and that before it settles to the floor? The reason is that air underneath the paper supports it and does not allow gravity to pull it down so fast. But suppose we crumple the sheet of paper into a tight little ball. This time, very little air can get under it to hold it back, and when we drop it, it falls almost as rapidly as the heavy block of wood and hits the floor at nearly the same time. This is one way of showing that all objects, light or heavy, fall with the same speed, unless something else gets in the way. Whatever it is, gravity acts like a powerful force, and one that is very useful to us, too. Water flows from a faucet because the lake that supplies the water is higher than the faucet. Gravity pulls the water down through a pipe from the lake to the faucet. Very often we use gravity to help us do work. For example, when we unload gravel or coal or other materials. We may even use gravity when we play. But sometimes gravity can be a nuisance, too. Yes, perhaps gravity is a nuisance at times, but you know how very important it is, too. Of course, there is a lot more to learn about gravity, but from what you have already learned, see if you can answer these questions. How do we use gravity to help pave our streets? In what way does a parachute help to resist the pull of gravity?
Nine, all green. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Since the splitting of the atom only a few decades ago, and through his God-given genius of science, man, at last, has succeeded in penetrating further and further into the unknown vastness of space. The moon has become the launching base for advanced exploration. From this pivotal point, astronauts, at the risk of their lives, set out to conquer nature's mysterious forces. Yet many questions remained unanswered. What is his Earth in relation to the inconceivable number of other worlds? Is his speed truly the fastest, his achievements the greatest? Or is he a mere unimportant piece of driftwood floating in the vast ocean of the universe? Could there be life similar to our own on other planets? Is it not possible that atmospheric conditions of relative environments control their shapes and forms? If so, would they be giants? Or could perhaps the opposite be true? Could their intellect have reached a scientific level far above man's dreams? What then will the future reveal if this story you are about to witness is only the beginning?
Log entry. Pegasus 3, March 16th, 1980. Captain Leonard Pilot, Lieutenant Webb Navigator. This is the 7th and last day of Space Reconnaissance Research, Flight 361, from United States Air Force Lunar Base 1. We are 21,000 miles from base, bearing at 270 degrees, 23 minutes. Azimuth at plus 46 degrees, 46 degrees, 50 minutes, ecliptic. On routine successive approximation by trajectory computer using data from the Space Position Recorder. It's quiet and lonely out here. And frankly, we'll be happy to get back to that dreary old moon.
We're almost a degree off trajectory, Captain. Equipment check's okay. Must be an outside acceleration force. Something approaching fast. I'm setting up auto-evasive pattern.
A large planetoid object is on a direct collision course with us.
We are under 11 G's exterior acceleration and have no control whatsoever.
just incredible. 2 ships missing in less than a month. Nothing within thousands of miles of their position. And yet they crash into something that appears suddenly on our radar, big enough to be a planet. And then the next instant it disappears.
It's against all theories of space.
You get the same reports from bases 2 and 3?
It appeared for a second or two, then vanished completely.
A ship is on a routine flight. Controls, rockets, everything in order. And then all of a sudden...
Yes?
General Gibson for Colonel Lansfield from Earth Headquarters.
Stand by.
Colonel Lansfield.
Lansfield, what's all the trouble up there?
General, I can't tell you any more than what was in that report this morning.
You're certain the rockets crashed?
I am. We have their last log entry through our recording reproduction unit. Now, General, I've listened to it over and over. It tells what happened, but not how and why.
What do you suggest?
I don't know, General. No doubt the rocket's destroyed. We don't know what we're looking for. This mysterious planet seems to come and go at such speeds, it's impossible to track.
Phantom planet, Lansfield. You're a little old to think that, aren't you?
This is a capable base, General, run by capable men. Now, there's something out there that isn't supposed to be.
All right, take it easy. Send another reconnaissance with Chapman.
Chapman? I need him for the Mars project.
If this Phantom planet thing isn't cleared up, there won't be any Mars project. Send him.
Yes, sir. Ask Chapman to report.
Yes, sir. Captain Chapman, report to the Colonel.
Sir, I've been testing the pressure equipment for the Mars project.
Forget about that now, Chapman. You leave tomorrow morning. The General wants someone with your experience.
I don't know whether to feel flattered or not. What exactly will I be looking for? A floating space monster?
This is no joke, Frank. I wish it were.
Sorry, sir. You know how rumors move around the space.
Well, it's one of the things we hope that you'll dispel.
Well, you're the Colonel. I'll take a crack at anything once.
And that's about all you'll get, Frank. One crack.
18,000 miles out at 270 degrees azimuth and 47 degrees ecliptic. Speed 4.6 miles per second.
Check. Computer guidance on. Stability course on. Directional rockets port off. Directional rocket starboard off. Set to automatic.
Check. That does it, Captain. We can relax a bit now.
Takeoff's always the same. My heart pounds like a sledgehammer.
Yeah, mine too.
How about the screen? Never fails to fascinate me from up here.
You know, Captain, every year of my life, I grow more and more convinced that the wisest and best is to fix our attention on the good and on the beautiful. If you'll just take the time to look at it.
You're some guy, McConan.
Lunar Base 1 to Pegasus 4. Lunar Base 1 to Pegasus 4. Can you read me?
This is Pegasus 4 to Lunar Base 1. This is Lieutenant McConan.
Colonel Lansfield for Captain Chapman.
Chapman standing by.
Anything out there, Frank?
Nothing, Colonel. It's almost too quiet.
Well, keep alert. And don't waver off your course 1 degree, unless you think you're on to something. And if you do get onto something, report at once.
Yes, sir. Pegasus 4 to Lunar Base 1. Over. Out.
I hope whatever was out there is gone now.
What's our elapsed time from base?
14 hours, 22 minutes, and 30 seconds.
You could stay up here another 14 hours and still see nothing. Even 1,400 hours.
That's about all we can do, though.
Are you sure we're still on course?
Why?
Well, I have an idea. Turn to 278 degrees azimuth. Hold 47 degrees ecliptic.
Yes, sir. Changing course to 278 degrees azimuth, hold 47 degrees ecliptic.
Mansfield tells us to charter the same course Pegasus 3 took. Well, that's fine, but I don't think we'll get anywhere. This strange planet dashes about like it's supposed to. It figures we won't find it around here. So we're changing course.
Lightning never strikes twice in the same place.
Precisely. You with me?
Like I said, you're the captain. I'll take a new reading.
Thanks, Ray. You could go nuts out here just waiting for something to happen. You seem pretty much at ease.
Well, I figure it's just the same as fishing. Gotta be patient and wait.
Electrostatic meters going haywire.
Lunar Base 1 to Pegasus 4. Can you read me? Over.
Pegasus 4 to Lunar Base 1. We read you. Over.
You are completely off course, Pegasus 4. Check your position immediately.
E-computer and spectrometer out.
Pegasus 4 to Lunar Base 1. We are aware of being off course. Cannot explain at present. We are entering a heavy magnetic field. Several instruments are out, and I'm afraid others are going. Give us our exact position. Over.
Pegasus 4, you're...
Cannot hear you, Lunar Base 1. Over. Changing to the manual control.
Meteor.
Boy, that was close.
Yeah, and I'm afraid it isn't over yet.
We're on a semi-closing course with them.
Screen 1's fading fast. What about the infrared detector?
That's out too.
The thing we can do is turn it 90 degrees to the shower's path. More meteors are coming. It's our only chance.
That will be to 311 degrees azimuth and minus 12 degrees ecliptic. Here they come.
This is it.
Spots.
Now, those are ionized trails. They'll persist for a while.
Well, let's hope for no stragglers. With these instruments out, there won't be any way to tell if they're coming from another direction.
The trick now is to get back to the moon.
I think we'll make it.
Yeah. Okay, Ray, let's go through a type B check.
Right.
Cabin pressure?
20 coming up.
Retroport?
Positive.
Retro starboard?
Positive.
Main circuit 1?
Negative.
Main 2?
Negative.
Now let's try the auxiliaries. Main 1?
Negative.
Main 2? That's not in the circuits.
You know, the meteors must have smacked into the propulsion elements.
Or feed lines.
Yeah, we're lucky.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Looks like it. You know, there's one thing sure.
What's that?
They knew what they were doing when they forced us to go through those space drills dozens of times.
If I remember correctly, you had a different opinion.
Hey, don't rub it in. This looks like it. The retro rocket feed lines must be cut. Frank, your airline's broken. Frank!
With all respect to the Colonel, sir, I don't think it's any use.
Keep working that radar and keep working it until we locate Chapman.
Yes, sir.
He's got to be out there somewhere. He just has to be.
Lieutenant McConnell.
Captain Frank Chapman, pilot, Pegasus 4. My ship is being drawn toward an asteroid. Instruments completely out of operation. Navigator McConan, lost. I cannot read my position. I'm going to try to land. I don't think I'll make it. If I do, I'll continue recording.
Hello there. Time for Two Truths and a Lie, in which I will tell you two truths and one lie about this film. You must guess the lie. First, this is the film debut of Richard Keel. Second, this is the film debut of Colleen Gray. Third, this is the final film of special effects artist Louis DeWitt. There you have it. I'll tell you the lie by the end of the film. Good luck.
He should stand trial. We must take him to Cecil.
We will begin the trial.
Yes, Cecil. Thank you, Cecil. Bring in the jurors. Will Ipsilatus step forward?
Call the prisoner.
Bring in the prisoner.
Stand here, in front of our leader and our judge.
Is the prisoner from another world ready to hear the charges against him?
Charges? What charges?
I will ask the questions. Are you ready to stand trial?
It seems I have no choice. First, I want to know what I'm charged with.
We'll let you know in time. What are you called?
Chapman. Frank Chapman.
What is your occupation in the world from which you come?
I'm a captain in the Air Force of the United States, a country on Earth, Space Exploration Wing. But you must know about us. You speak our language.
We do not speak it. But here on Rayton...
Rayton?
Yes, Rayton, the name of our planet. Here we are able to translate all languages through voice tone waves.
Why all these explanations? Let us go on with the charges.
You're right, Aaron. This is no time for explanations. Man from Earth, you are accused of causing injury to one of our people.
I thought I was being attacked, and I defended myself. I didn't want to come to your world. I lost control of my ship. It was like being pulled toward your planet by an enormous gravitational force.
You were, when you came into our path of travel.
Path of travel. Phantom Planet.
We managed just in time to control your landing by releasing the pressure in our space warp.
I don't understand.
There are many things you will not understand here. Maybe in time you shall.
In time?
That is correct.
The jury will now vote and find you guilty or not guilty for inflicting injury on a Rayton man.
The verdict, Judge.
I find you guilty as charged. You are now a free subject of Rayton. The jury is dismissed. That is all. You are now a free subject of Rayton.
That is not all. Listen, I don't know what kind of a place this is, but you must have some kind of law here. This planet pulled me to it. I didn't come here by choice.
But being here, you cannot be permitted to leave. We must keep our security at any cost. So, I must pronounce you guilty. No penalties will be lodged against you. But you must become a subject of Rayton. Trial is concluded.
Nothing is concluded. What is this? First I'm found guilty of something that's not my fault, and then I'm set free. Well, free to go where? Back to my world 6 inches tall?
Don't worry. No harm will come to you. I'm Liara, Sesam's daughter. I'll show you to your quarters. Well, come. We'll talk on the way.
What has happened to me?
You mean your size? Well, our atmosphere, together with some acceleration from our gravitational control, has reduced you to normal.
Normal?
Normal for us. You see, everything here is in proportion to our planet's size. We know several worlds that have creatures larger or smaller according to the size of their world. Do you feel any different?
No, but it's not exactly funny to think that someone on Earth could carry me about in their pocket.
Oh, that would never happen. The oxygen in your atmosphere would restore you immediately to your regular size. But either way, it wouldn't matter. You'll never see your world again.
Nothing yet.
No, sir. No contact for 2 days.
I'll wait another 24 hours. Then, with or without orders, I'm sending out a search party.
You wanted to see me?
Yes. Will you excuse me? We must talk about your future. Your future on Rayton.
My future on Rayton? I want to talk about getting back to my world, back to Earth.
I'm afraid that is impossible. You might as well accept your fate of being one of us. Being one of us, you must be productive in one way or another.
Well, what is it you want me to do?
You must help us to keep spaceships from your world from landing here.
But that's my only hope of getting back.
Forget about it.
2 ships in my unit disappeared. Did they crash here?
Unfortunately, yes. They were pulled into our strong gravitational field.
Well, so was I.
Yes, but luckily we were aware of your approach and lowered the power on our gravity field.
I don't get it. In many ways, you're hundreds of years ahead of our science. Yet you live in such a primitive manner.
It may not be as odd as it seems. It's true that our technology may be much further advanced than yours, but then a strange thing happened.
Well, what was that?
We had machines do all our work. People on Rayton became completely free of all labor, practically of all responsibilities. Our people became soft and lazy. They did not know how to cope with their free time. They started to fight amongst themselves.
That's very interesting. Many people on Earth are beginning to face the same problem. Too much free time, too little work.
Problem not at all unique in the history of the universe.
Well, what happened on Rayton?
Our forefathers then made a wise decision. They returned to, as you say, our primitive ways. The Raytons again had to toil for their living. They became much stronger, much happier, much more valuable.
But you didn't forsake all of your scientific achievements.
No, we retained the secret of the gravity control for our survival in space, and the secret of our food production for our survival on this barren planet.
You sacrificed advancement for this.
Sesam rules us, and we are content. Now, can't we get on with this, Sesam?
Aaron is hasty. We all are. Our lives have been changed so much. I would like you to become acquainted with our ways. Later, you may choose a wife. With Liara or Zeta. Zeta cannot speak, but she is a fine woman.
Well, between the two, it would be difficult to make a choice.
It is no problem. You may take your time, but once you've made your choice, remember, it must not be taken lightly.
You must be hungry. Come with me.
Liara.
Go now. and learn our ways. And perhaps you may help us with our problems.
You can decide about this later. Now you need to eat and rest.
This is good. What is it?
Well, I think it's the equivalent of your breadfruit. We made it chemically for you since nothing grows here on this planet. Oh, here. Drink this. It's good for you and it'll help to make you rest. You need it.
You say nothing grows here. Well, then how do you exist?
Well, our bodies are so constructed that we need very little food because of the air we breathe. Feeling better now? I hope so.
Yes. But I'd like to get out of here.
You're a strange one, Frank.
I'm a strange one. What about everybody else? And don't call me Frank Chapman. My name is Frank Chapman. 2 words.
Yes. Frank Chapman.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be so rough. It's just that this is so new to me. You know what I'd like to do if I had a choice?
What?
I'd like to return to my ship.
Well, that's impossible.
Then you see, I'm still a prisoner.
Not at all. You're free to go anywhere here on Rayton.
Except to my ship.
Your rocket is no longer on this planet. It was sent off last night while you were sleeping.
I cannot read my position. I'm going to try to land. I don't think I'll make it. If I do, I'll continue recording. This is Captain Frank Chapman, pilot, Pegasus 4. My ship is being drawn toward an asteroid. Instruments completely out of operation. Navigator McConan, lost.
Sir, unidentified object on screen.
This must be Chapman's ship, Colonel.
Certainly has all the indications and all the characteristics of a spaceship. And no other unit of ours is scheduled for flight in this area. Any contact?
None, Colonel. Just static.
His auto-emergency transmitter should be on full blast.
I'm tuned to all Pegasus frequencies, sir. So are the automatic relays on Earth.
Good. This must be Chapman's ship.
What else can it be?
Captain Beecher and Lieutenant White are to report to the briefing room immediately and stand by for takeoff. Now report immediately any news or anything unusual on your radio and radar relays.
Yes, Colonel.
The rescue ship is in the countdown phase, sir. They're waiting for your final operation orders.
Put me through to the captain of the rescue ship on launching. Beecher, this is Lansfield.
Yes, Colonel.
Beecher, your final instructions are being teletyped on your recorders.
Yes, sir.
As you know, something unusual must have happened to Chapman and McConan. And I don't mind telling you that it's of greatest importance to space travel that we find out exactly what happened to these 2 men. So blast off, and good luck.
We'll do our best, Colonel.
Hello there. Give the demonstration of my new invention, the Goodies Machine. Special for patrons of this drive-in, the machine turns out delicious hot doggies one after the other. And thirst-quenching sodas also. Gives popcorn of the most tasty kind, plain unbuttered. Candy too, crunchy and dandy. Steaming hot coffee and ice cream too. These goodies are at a snack bar just waiting for you.
We've a large assortment of freshly made sandwiches. mouth-watering chili dillies, sparkling soft drinks, popcorn rich with hot melted butter, steamed or grilled hot dogs, all kinds of candy, minutes to go.
Hello there. Time for some words about some of the cast and crew of tonight's film, The Phantom Planet. The director of this film, William Marshall, was better known for acting in films like State Fair and Blackmail, and for his short marriage to Ginger Rogers, which did not last long after he got a film for her and it flopped at the box office. Two of the writers of this film, Fred DeGolter and Fred Gebhardt. Well, Mr. DeGolter, he worked on the Batman television show. Mr. Gebhardt, he wrote 12 to the Moon. He worked on Assignment Out to Space, The Pharaoh's Curse, Adventures of Superman television show. Louis DeWitt, who did special photographic effects for this film, he worked on movies like The Giant Behemoth and The 30-Foot Bride of Candy Rock. Dean Fredericks, he plays Frank Chapman in this film, the lead. And he's best known as Kasim on the show Jungle Jim with Johnny Weissmuller, and also as Steve Canyon in the television series of the same name. Colleen Gray, she plays Liana. She was in The Vampire, but she was also best known for her television work on shows like Bright Promise, Days of Our Lives, and she was also in The Leech Woman. Let's not forget that. Anthony Dexter, he plays Heron. He was in 12 to the Moon. He was also in Fire Maidens from Outer Space. That should be a band name. I hope if you're in a garage band and watching this that you take that as your band's name. It's a shame if Fire Maidens from Outer Space is not the name of a band somewhere. Now, Francis X. Bushman, he plays Sesame in this. He was a mega silent film star. He was in so many silent films I couldn't even begin to list them all. But in terms of B-movies that you might know he's in The Ghost in the Invisible Bikini. Fun film there. Jimmy Weldon, he plays Lieutenant Webb. He was the voice of Yankee Doodle on many cartoons. And also the voice of Solomon Grundy on many of the Super Friends cartoons. Richard Keel, as I mentioned earlier, well, he plays the Solarite in this film, the monster that's running around. And of course everyone knows him as Jaws from the Bond films. He was Egar, the caveman in a film that I've hosted. He was in Pale Rider, The Humanoid, and so many other films. Instantly recognizable actor. Dolores Faith, she plays Zetha. She was in The Human Duplicators, Mutiny in Outer Space, House of the Black Death. But probably the most interesting person in this film is the narrator, Mr. Marvin Miller. That man did so much voice work, it's hard to list all of it. I ran out of room on this piece of paper, writing all the things that he did voice work on. He won 2 Grammys for recordings that he did of Dr. Seuss stories and novels. But he was the narrator for the show The FBI, The Police Squad with Leslie Nielsen. He was the narrator on that. He was the narrator on Electra Woman and Dinah Girl, The Croft Super Show, The Fantastic Planet, the English version translation of that film. He did some voice work on that. He did voice work on the Fantastic Voyage television show. He did English dubbing on Invasion of the Astro Monster. He did the narration for The Deadly Mantis. He was best known, probably his biggest role, if you will, is he's the voice of Robbie the Robot from Forbidden Planet. And practically any time you see Robbie the Robot in a classic film, that's his voice. And he was also in Space Patrol. I've hosted a couple episodes of that. And he also is the narrator of Godzilla Raids Again, the US version of that. Whew, it's quite quite a lot of work that man did. We hope you are enjoying the film. We'll get right back to it after this word from our sponsor.
From the world of tomorrow comes a thrilling new television series, Lost in Space. Here are the amazing adventures of a group of space pioneers marooned on an uncharted planet. Adventure as challenging as tomorrow, as far out as the stars. Spectacle beyond imagination, as the astronauts struggle for survival in a strange new world, where incredible dangers seem to wait at every turn. Intriguing, thrilling, challenging. These are the adventures you'll share. Lost in Space.
Try to land. I don't think I'll make it. If I do, I'll continue recording. This is Captain Frank Chapman, pilot, Pegasus 4. My ship is being drawn toward an asteroid. Instruments completely out of operation. Navigator McConan, lost.
Pegasus 4 to Lunar Base 1. Pegasus 4 to Lunar Base 1. This is Captain Beecher, over.
Lunar Base 1 to Pegasus 4. We read you, Captain Beecher. Good work. Stand by for Colonel Lansfield.
Beecher, how are they?
They're not. There's no one on board.
There isn't a sign of life.
Two men just don't get up and walk off a rocket in the middle of space?
No, sir.
Then what the devil?
Chapman recorded a final message, sir, but it doesn't make sense.
Our repro units are picking it up. We're examining it. Can you bring her in?
I'll have to check out the instruments, but I think so.
All right, give it a try. White can bring your ship in.
Yes, sir.
And Beecher.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Can't work under these conditions. I must know more about the directional flight machine.
When the time comes.
Well, the time has come. I want to speak to Sesson. And right now.
Very well. Father, Frank Chapman wishes to speak with you.
Do you want to talk about Liara?
That isn't what I came here to discuss. My work has reached a stage and I need to know more about your gravity control.
It is too soon. Now, how do we know he's not a spy for the Solarites?
You are too distrusting, Heron. All right. You may see it. density of our planet made it possible for us to advance gravity and therefore anti-gravity theories.
It's beyond me. Einstein was working on this problem, but he died before he could complete his investigations. What causes Rayton's high density?
The atoms on this planet have narrower electronic orbits than the atoms on most other planets. The smaller they become, the easier it is for us to control and take advantage of positive and negative gravity.
But why is Rayton getting smaller?
This planet is slowly using up the energy that holds the atomic particles together.
You mean you might disintegrate into nothing?
Yes, someday. But it will not be in our time.
Well, I guess it's the same as on Earth. We don't seem to worry that our sun might be cooling off in many millions of years.
The danger for us is that sudden bursts of concentrated heat directed on our Rayton might suddenly speed up the process of time.
You think that's possible?
We have enemies who want our knowledge of gravity and who know our weakness.
You're expecting an attack?
When you have enemies, you always expect an attack.
Hello. I'm going to take a walk. You join me? Come on. You know, this is the first time I've had a chance to talk to you alone. How is it you're more different than the others? I don't mean you're sour inside. I mean, you're warmer, more sensitive. That wasn't really a question, because I know you can't answer. I just wanted you to know how I feel. Strange world. I don't want to hurt Liara. You don't either, do you? I like you.
I have charges to make against the Earthman Chapman. He is imposing himself both on Liara, your daughter, and the mute girl Zeta. Now, this is an insult to Liara. You know I love her. And a direct insult to me. I am asking, rather, I am demanding your permission to challenge him to the duel.
You sent for me?
Yes. I have reports about you that are not good. That you're causing much trouble.
What am I supposed to have done now?
You are forcing your attentions on Liara, and then on the mute girl Zeta.
That's not true. Why don't you ask them?
He lies.
Silence. Is it true? Has he forced himself or his attentions upon you?
Why would she admit it? Perhaps she's afraid of him. Being mute, she's unable to defend herself.
Maybe she's protecting me. Listen, I'm not going to be put on trial or questioned by you or anyone else for something I haven't done. You know, buddy, I don't like you. Maybe it's a carryover from Earth and not good taste, but I'd like to hang one on you.
Chapman, Aaron has challenged you to the duel of Rayton. Do you accept his challenge?
A duel for what? What kind of a duel? This guy doesn't look very honest to me.
A duel of bravery.
You know, Mr. Sessom, maybe this dual business is a good idea. Might clear the air a little. So how do we go about it?
Aaron, you know the rules for the duel of Rayton. But for him, I'll have to explain and show the results. Chapman, come here. Those are gravity plates that we've had placed here. Their intensity is so high that any object or any person placed on any one of them would immediately disintegrate. Here, let me show you. The duel of Rayton is one of physical strength and skill. You will use this rod and attempt to push your opponent on top of one of the gravity plates. You saw what happened to the rock. Get ready.
Put the combat rod in position.
At my signal, you will start the duel. There can be no quarter called and no quarter given. The fate of the victim is in the hands of the victor. The moment has come. At my light signal, you will proceed.
Kill you. I never did.
Why didn't you kill him?
I didn't want to. I don't believe in it. In this case, killing him would have accomplished nothing.
But Heron wouldn't have shown you mercy. He'd have killed you because he wants me. But I don't love him. I love you.
If you'd felt anything for either one of us, you could have stopped this duel.
What?
You know what I think? I think you were waiting to see which one of us won and then take the one that was left over.
Why?
No, Liara, I don't love you. I don't even know if I like you. But let me tell you this. You can't make someone love you. It's got to come naturally. You can't force it. You can't command it. If you do that, you'll never find it. Oh, this whole thing is like a nightmare to me. I miss my people.
Well, I've got to make some attempt to get back.
And if you feel anything for me, you'll try to help me.
Well, perhaps you're right. Maybe I can help you.
As you said, I don't want to kill you. No, I think I could understand your somewhat quaint language if I were on your Earth a little.
Well, why don't you kill me?
You didn't kill me. You had the chance.
Well, what about the knife? This isn't exactly what I'd call a friendly visit.
You help me. I have a plan whereby I might help you to leave our planet. Perhaps it will work.
I don't see how this is possible. What about my size?
I inspected your giant suit. And the oxygen tank holds air from your own world. Now, isn't that right?
Yes, of course, but why?
No, never mind that. It's not important. You see, the whole plan is based on the theory that your people are searching for you. Now, I must get you back before they attempt to find you here.
I know they've been searching and will eventually zero in on this planet.
I think I can get you back in time.
Yes, but you're doing this because of Liara, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm in love with her. I don't think she loves me yet, but perhaps with you gone, she will see things in a more realistic light in time.
Well, how can we get my suit into the open?
I have some men I can trust.
Incessant?
No. You must never know. Otherwise, we both will be put to death. 2 nights a week, I'm alone. In complete charge of the Master Control Center.
Can one man handle it?
Yes. And on one of those nights in the near future, while Sesame is sleeping, I will maneuver Raytown within a distance of your Earth's moon.
You think they'll be able to see us?
Precisely. They will investigate and find you.
Go with it.
What is this? What's happening?
The siren means we're being attacked.
Attacked by whom? Attacked by whom?
The Solarites. We've been here too long. They've discovered our position.
Who are the Solarites?
I've no time to explain. I must help Sesame.
What will this do to our plans?
We must fight this off or no one will have any plans.
Is everyone underground?
Yes.
Let me go. Safe for the moment. I fear they won't give up so easily.
Safe for the moment? Well, who are these Solarites, anyhow?
They're from a sun satellite. For generations, they've been after our universal gravity control because they want to avoid being pulled into the sun.
If we don't stop them, they'll eventually attack your Earth. Liara, show him the prisoner.
Prisoner?
Come.
Are you overweight? Do your friends describe you like this?
Big enough to be a planet.
And are you tired of other weight loss programs telling you the same thing?
Just the same as fishing. Gotta be patient and wait.
Well, wait no longer to join the Rayton weight loss program. It's great.
Now you need to eat and rest.
Yes, the Rayton weight loss program involves eating chemically prepared foods, plenty of rest, and isometric exercise, and our special Rayton weight loss technology burns those calories right away. Soon, the weight is just melting off you, and you'll need new clothes because you won't fit in your old ones. Oh, no, you won't. So come on down to Rayton today, and don't wait to lose that weight.
So that's a Solarite.
Yes. He was captured during the last war. The only one of their monsters that didn't die in the attack.
When did this attack take place?
Several years ago, when Zatha was a little girl. That's when she lost her voice.
What makes those rocks disintegrate? It's as if they were hitting some invisible wall.
That's exactly what it is. The monster is so strong that he can smash any ordinary structure. Now, what you call an invisible wall is really another way that we use our gravitational control. Now, by using a high magnetic field, we can lock molecules so closely together that they form a solid wall.
Make a big hit at MIT.
Where?
One of Earth's more advanced centers of learning. I only hope your wall will hold him in check.
Yes. He could kill us all if he escaped.
Life on other planets. We were always wondering if ours was the only one so blessed.
There are many inhabited worlds, but only these fire people bother us.
We have been sighted by the enemy. They are forming a concentrated attack pattern 6, vernier index 1-2.
At 6? They never attacked on that one before. What are we going to do?
We must try to break up the attack.
Fantastic.
We can do one of two things. Outrun them or fight them.
Well, breaking up a formation is one thing, but how can you fight them? Do you have a chance?
We have to settle that once and for all. Living in constant danger isn't worthy of us.
But don't forget, we still have the gravity control.
The greatest danger to us is the high-intensity heat bomb.
That's right. They have enough concentrated heat to blow up our planet instantly.
What would you do?
I would fight.
And you?
Fight.
Right. That's exactly my decision.
Prepare for battle.
Sharp acceleration for attack position. Maneuver so that we face the enemy when they attack. Aaron, alert our units to be ready for frontal attack.
All units, prepare for frontal attack.
Activate the gravity curtain. But I'm deeply plagued with regret when I'm forced to destroy.
If it wasn't them, it would have been you.
Perhaps you are right. You're a wise chaplain. One day you and Harold will lead our people.
Well, I'm honored and grateful,
I
but...
will teach him all he needs to know.
Where's Zeta?
She went to sleep early.
Sleep? I'm very tired. Perhaps the battle was too much of a strain on me. Good night.
Good
Sleep
night,
well,
Father.
Stefan. What happened to him?
I think it was a solarite.
Are you all right? What happened?
I don't know.
Was it the solarite? Did you see him?
It was terrible.
I'm going to the control room.
No, you stay with Liara.
Chapman!
Yes?
Go through that corridor. It's shorter.
Right.
But be careful.
Oh, Heron.
Zatha, are you all right? Watch the plates!
How's Sessom?
It will be all right. Liara's with him.
I'm glad.
You still wish to return to your world?
Yes, but...
Well, then tonight's the best time. See, the chaos of battle has brought us closer to your moon than we've ever been. It'll be a simple task to maneuver Rayton slowly and steadily even closer, and the risk will not be so great because the travel time will be short.
And we'll be well within the range of Moon's radar.
Yes, but we cannot go unnoticed. Now, as soon as we're within range of your moon, my men will carry your suit out into the open. Now, if your people come to investigate, we'll pull them into our gravity and direct their landing. Meanwhile, you will enter your suit, seal it up, so that you're not exposed to our atmosphere, and, well, the rest you know.
Where shall I meet you?
In the control chamber. Someone will come for you.
Zatha. It's you.
Yes, Frank Chapman.
But you can talk.
From my fright when I thought you were going to be killed, something happened. And after I screamed, I found I was able to speak.
Zatha.
I have many things to say to you, Frank Chapman.
It's so wonderful you being able to talk. And I have so many things to say to you. Oh, everything has been terrible. You're so lovely. You have such an adorable little face. I've found perhaps what I've been looking for all my life. And I must leave. Although everything within me wants to stay. It's my solemn duty to leave. You understand that, don't you?
Frank Chapman, I've been in love with you since the first time I saw you. And I've never been able to speak a word of it until now. As I know, my love for you is so strong. So, I also know that you will leave.
I must leave.
Good, you're on time. Here we go. Another hour and we shall be close enough for you to be found.
Lunar Base 1 to rocket ship 380. Over.
This is rocket ship 380 to Lunar Base 1. Over.
Radar has just picked up a giant asteroid. Identity unknown. Cannot find any record of it in the space charts.
The Phantom Planet.
Give us exact position of asteroid.
9 degrees in northern cluster field, and I have an order from Colonel Lansfield. You are to land on this asteroid and send White to investigate.
I hope you will find happiness back with your people.
You would be my happiness. Here or there.
Frank Chapman, please. You must take the stone. It will be a good luck charm. Hold on to it. It will help you to go back safely to your people. Keep it. And remember, Mac, I love you.
Yes, Zeta. I'll keep it forever.
Just confirmed it. A rocket similar to yours is heading in our direction.
I hope it won't crash.
Don't worry. I have the best men on gravitation control. And I have another man who's coming to help me turn on the oxygen tanks as soon as you're in your suit.
Thank you, Han. You know, we've become friends here. Good friends. We would have become friends anywhere. Your planet or my Earth. I wish you and Liara much happiness.
Chapman. White to Beecher.
Come in, White.
I found Chapman. He's alive. But there's no trace of McConan. Where's McConan?
He's dead. He's gone. Where are we? Where are they? Where are the others?
Where's who?
Zeta.
What are you talking about?
Say something. Helen.
Come on, let's get back to the ship. White to Beecher.
I'm bringing him in. He seems to be all right. He said McConan is dead. He keeps talking about other people. I think he's in a state of shock.
Do you need assistance?
No, Captain, I can handle him alone.
You know, Frank, you're a lucky guy. This is a wandering planet. Could have carried you anywhere. I'm sure glad we found you.
Zeta. Where is she?
What you need is a rest.
Prepare for immediate takeoff. How do you feel, Chapman?
I don't know. I don't understand. It's unbelievable.
We'll get you back to Moon Base for a thorough examination. Do you think you're hurt?
I don't think so.
You must have been knocked out for quite a while.
I must have been dreaming.
Quite possible you were delirious. The shock of the crash landing of your ship.
Ray's gone. But I just left Zeta and Heron. She had such an adorable little face.
All rockets ready for firing. Stand by for countdown.
The gravity of this planetoid is very strong. We'll need every bit of thrust for our takeoff.
Don't worry. I know we're gonna make it.
Start your countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Cut off power.
Power off.
Rear screen.
Rear screen.
No, now they'll never believe me. Even with this, they'll never believe me.
What then will the future reveal? If this story is only the beginning, is only the beginning, only the beginning.
Oh, hello there. Sorry. Just reading some Phantom Stranger to go along with the Phantom Planet. He's not on the Phantom Planet either. That would have been pretty amazing if they had made the Phantom Planet with the Phantom Stranger. It would have changed everything. That would have... Someone needs to make that movie as well. We hope you enjoyed the Phantom Planet, even though there were no actual Phantoms or Phantom Stranger or the Phantom in it. Please feel free to email us your comments about it. Also be sure to check out our blog, Facebook fan page, our Twitter feed, Weird-O-Rama.com, and our Patreon page if you have any money just lying about that you don't really need anymore. As the lie, this was not the debut film of Colleen Gray. It was the debut film of Dolores Faith, however, her first credited screen role. So for all of us at Weird-O-Rama, this is Victor von Psychotron telling all of you to stay weird.
As you watch a warped scientist become transformed into a godless beast when his bloody scalpel probes the forbidden secrets of a woman's flesh. In Atom Age Vampire, you will flame to the stark ritual of a beautiful girl's last searing dance. As tragedy forever mars her loveliness, leaving her to face a world of terror.
I give you my word that I will restore your face. Restore all your beauty.
You will cringe as the demented doctor experiments with a girl's trusting innocence. But to possess the living miracle wrought by his twisted genius, he must forever sacrifice his soul to the cunning gods of evil.
A transplant directly from another human being.
A mad creature born of the atomic age, now shackled to a world of rotting bodies and violent death. A sadist, a criminal, a depraved animal, more ferocious than Jekyll, more monstrous than Frankenstein, more bloody than Dracula.
Fire a volley through the window pane.
You will gasp as lust and madness stalk the dark and screaming night in Atom Age Vampire.